What's up, YouTube? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're feeling good. Welcome to another Matt's movie and drink review. Today, we'll be talking about Extraction movie on Netflix. Chris Hemsworth and Avia Majana. I can't say his last name. Sorry. Once again, I butcher these names because I'm not used to seeing names like this. But if you guys know the actor's name that plays in it besides Chris Hemsworth, then you got the kid Brian Linham. Ryan Lurum, and you got Rigshaw Jinswa. I can't say it. I tried. So, Extraction. It's a movie about mercenary Chris Hemsworth plays Tyler, the character he plays, goes in Bangladesh and gets a kid that's being held captive. Beginning of the story is young teenage kid is a gangster's kid. His father is a gangster, a big high. Don't know exactly what his dad is. They don't really get into the story with that, but he's in jail. The kid's bodyguard, I guess, big huge fancy house. He goes to a private school. Kid goes to a party, starts smoking a joint. Two police guys roll up because they're outside. Drop the joint. Ask them if the kids are having fun. Other police officer pops the non-important kid right in the head with the gun because it's Bangladesh. They don't care. They're ruthless there. Kid's captured. Boom. There's how the story's. So then they show Chris Hemsworth in Australia, waking up from a drunkenness, stands up and tells another guy to hold his beer, and he jumps off this 130-meter cliff like it's nothing. But I'll explain why he does that. Why it's nothing, because he's a mercenary. He's probably used to that stuff. And but the very, very beginning of the movie, it shows the ending of the movie. We'll get to that here in a minute. So he drives home in Australia, in his home, helicopter in his front yard. It's Australia, that's what they do. The group that he works for tells him he's got a job, Extraction. The kid that got kidnapped from the gangsters, from the gangster whatever family. Well, another gangster captured his son, so it's a humiliation thing because he's in jail and he can't do anything. So Chris Hemsworth takes a job, of course, and goes to Bangladesh, and within I'm going to say 5 minutes of the beginning of him being in Bangladesh, he starts whooping ass and starts killing people. Sitting at a diner, he gets a phone call like, hey, go to this corner, and then they pull up in the cars, hey, get in, put a hood over his head. They had a little standoff, He found confirmation the kid's in the room. He got to see the face and everything. He starts killing all the guys in the room. That's what he does. Gets the kid, gets him out of there, and starts heading to the rendezvous point. One thing they didn't know is the kid's bodyguard was at the rendezvous point and killed all his extraction team, and he had to reroute, get back in the car, and they make a big, huge speed off chasing around through Bangladesh. And then there's a big, huge fight scene with the corrupt cops. Chris Hemsworth is killing everybody, shooting everybody, stabbing everybody. It's really good viewpoints in the movie. I really like that because you don't really see that much. You usually see stuff like shot far away, but this movie is like they're right up on him. It's really good. I like that. Back to the kid's bodyguard. They got played. The bodyguard thought that he was a part of the team to take the kid to the other gangster, but he wasn't, and then he got the wrong information. But they didn't know that whenever they were fighting each other with a knife scene, which was really cool. And they make another grand escape with the kid. Chris Hemsworth and the kid makes another escape because Chris Hemsworth hits the bodyguard with a truck. Pretty excessive, but it's pretty cool. And then they flee to a warehouse, an unknown warehouse, and then he's bandaged himself up because he got hurt. Obviously because he's going through like hundreds of guys, beating them up, killing them, shooting them, stabbing them, whatever he has to do. Then he makes his phone call like, hey, our extraction point was compromised, and like, oh, well, there's another point that we can go to, but it's 40 meters away. It's across a bridge, and it's, heavily guarded by all these, cops and guards and all this and that. So you get ready to go to the rendezvous point. She's gonna steal a car. A couple kids in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, kids are ruthless. They kill people too. They don't care. They're left on the streets, whatever. So there's a little fight scene that Chris Hemsworth basically beats up on kids. It's funny as hell. I like it. Let's see. After that, they get in the sewer with the kid. He puts the kid in the sewer, and he gets in the sewer. Calls for a pickup. This is where his buddy plays it. His buddy is Jasper, played by Dave Harper from Stranger Things. So, buddy picks him up from the sewer, takes him back to his place because it's a safe house type situation. They get all cleaned up. His buddy leaves for a little bit because he says he's got to go kiss his wife because he's married. He says he's going to kiss his wife. He leaves, probably like a couple hours later. They don't really explain that. But a couple hours later, he comes back. Like, hey, best thing for that kid is just to go up there and kill him. Because, what these other people have planned for him is not good. So basically, tell him, take him out of his misery. And he's like, Tyler, the character that Chris Hemsworth plays, is like, what did you do? He's like, that kid's worth $10 million, Money starts taking effect, and he's like, oh man, $10 million, and we don't, what they do to my wife. They found out I'm helping you, blah, blah, blah. So then they have a little scuffle because Chris Hemsworth is not going to kill the kid because it's not part of his code, even though he's a mercenary, but he's got a code. And the kid was upstairs, and he came downstairs and shot Jasper, the character that David Harper's playing, into that. So then he calls up the mercenary that he beat up earlier. Say, hey, I need your help to get this kid out of the country, or he's not going to be no good for him. So the other guy, the other mercenary bodyguard said, yeah, sure. So then they do the whole, he's like, I'll make a Chris Hemsworth, Tyler, the character he plays, he's like, I'll make a distraction. You get him far as you can to through the bridge to the extraction point. And then it's a whole guns blazing, shooting, hand-to-hand combat. It's good stuff. So Chris Hemsworth makes his way, after he causes the distraction, he makes his way to the bridge, which that's how the beginning of the movie starts, is him get all beaten up and cut up and shot up, because he got shot like 3 times, which, in reality, you get shot 3 times, you're going to be done. But, in the movie world, 3 times is nothing. He's limping a little bit. He's cut up a little bit. He's moving. So the beginning of the movie, that's what shows him walking and then basically almost dying. And I forgot to mention, whenever the kid and Tyler were at Jasper's house, they had a heart-to-heart. They were talking, the kids asking them questions. Tyler used to have family. His son died of a disease, I think. That's what he was saying. Like, I can't really remember what he said, but it was a disease, and killed him inside too. So he hasn't even seen his wife for, he said, a long time. So, he felt he had to do this for his son, which is awesome. And, shows Chris Hemsworth walking through that bridge and whipping butt, kicking ass, and killing people. And the bodyguard, the kid's bodyguard, he gets shot in the head and dies. Spoiler alert. From the other gangster has a sniper. Well, he's got the police in his back pocket. So one of the police chief guys is a sniper. So he's up on his big castle, whatever, taking out the good guys and shooting a sniper rifle, killing them all. But then the extraction team's there with a helicopter, and there's a woman, I can't remember her name. Anyways, she doesn't have a big part in the movie, but she's like Chris Hemsworth's right hand man, like she gives him the jobs or whatever. But anyway, she finds him and shoots him. Boom, he's dead finally. And he's getting ready to take the kid across the, they all like, come on, get across the bridge. The kid makes it, because Chris Hemsworth, Tyler, he's all shot up. He can barely make it. He's like, you run fast as you can. He's loading his AR up. When you're military, that's what you do. Just load it up, just go until you can't go no more. Stands up and he's about ready to make it. One of the kids that he smacked around in that alleyway came back and shot him in the neck. Neck shot, you're pretty much done in real world. Movie world, he's standing up and he's holding his neck. And then this goes in the very first part of the movie. He has flashbacks of his son on the beach. He has this a couple times in the movie, but then the very end here, you really see it, because he shows son and stuff, and he's just like, looking off, and he sees his son, and it's a really touching moment. It's sad. And then he flips over on the bridge and lands in the water. Don't know what happens to him. But anyway, the extraction team takes the kid and gets on the helicopter, and he's gone. The other gangsters pissed and mad because, hey, they got the kid that I was gonna kill, because it's the other gangster's dad. It's the other gangster's son. Sorry about that. So it is what it is. But they don't show what happens to Chris Hemsworth at the end of the movie. And then 8 months later, they say in the movie, kid's back in school, some other, private school, whatever. Kid's swimming. Show him, get up, get out of the water, and in the background, it's kind of faded. You can't really see, but it looks like a silhouette of Tyler, character that Chris Hemsworth played. So, I think Extraction 2 is going to be in play. Get ready for that. But let's do some fun facts here. So, fun facts. The original setting was going to be in South America. So, Joe Russo wrote this movie, and he had it written for in South America. But then they changed their mind. They did Bangladesh. So, next one. The title was changed several times. So, Extraction was not the first pick for the movie. They didn't print off, they didn't tell what ones they had, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Their child actor who played Ovi is known for his TV commercials in India. That's pretty cool. So there was an underwater scene, was shot in a water tank. That was pretty neat. The director, Hengrave, never really had plans to be the director. Imagine that. That's pretty cool. I like to hear that kind of stuff. You don't like, oh man, wasn't really be the director. Oh well, he is now. That's pretty neat. Chris Hemsworth broke his on-set tradition. All know Chris Hemsworth. He's a family man. He used to bring his family along on the sets, and this when he shot for Extraction, for apparently for reasons, probably because of the way the movie is, he decided not to, and he thought it was a really good choice, is what he says. Okay, fun facts are done. So, my proof rating for Extraction is going to be 80 proof. It's just hardcore action, close up camera angles. I think the story could have had a little bit more in depth with a few other characters, which I know it's a military movie type. It's it's an action movie, but 80 proof. So, what drink do you drink while watching Extraction? I'm picking Old Smoky whiskey. Caramel whiskey is what I'm going to pick for this one. It's made in Gatlinburg. 60 proof. So pretty good kick. It's really smooth and it's really caramely. It's like a candy, but with like a whiskey taste. I freaking love it. So, to Extraction and to Old Smoky. Cheers. Love it. So, If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Please like. Put in the comment below what other movies you'd like me to do. Or if you just want me to do trailers. If you want me to do a TV show. You name it. I'll do it. Because I love doing this. See you guys next time. Cheers.